Okay, imagine the scenario. You have gotten the best deal in cloud storage, a deal that means you have all the room you ever need, 1 whole terabyte. And best of all, you don't even have to pay for it. It sounds too good to be true, right? Wrong. Well, sort of. You see, there are ways to get this deal, but you might be a little bit disappointed by the results. Still, if you want to know how to get 1 terabyte of cloud storage for free, I got you covered. And by covered, I mean I'm going to be mentioning the only 2 companies that offer this amount of storage for free, Terabox and Playbook. Now, these 2 companies legitimately offer a lot of storage for free. But there is a catch if you want this free storage, and not everyone's going to be comfortable with that catch. And this is why I've also included a list of providers that do offer free storage, minus the catch. Alternatively, if you want a lifetime of cloud storage that is basically free, consider pCloud's lifetime deal. Since you only pay once, the cost spread out over a lifetime is very small. Cyberlab viewers, that's you, can get discounts up to 80% on its lifetime deals by using our very, very special link down there in our video description. Now, if you're still interested in paying literally nothing, look, I don't blame you, but let's find out what you sacrifice by doing that, by taking a closer look at Terabox. Now, if you've looked up this sort of thing before, you might be familiar with the YouTube video from Passion for Learn that, well, teaches you how to get the free deal. And look, by the way, I totally vibe with this YouTube handle because, you know, I too have the passion for learn, almost as much as I have passion for eat spaghetti dinner. Unfortunately, the comment section of this video doesn't seem to agree with this YouTube channel's passion, as commenters are getting less than ideal results. While we can't speak to their individual situations, Terabox does claim to offer this 1 terabyte of storage, and all you need to do is create an account to make it happen. But slow down before you make that account, because I did it for you. And I can confirm the company does offer 1 terabyte of space for free. The problem, well, your upload and download speed runs at a snail's pace of between 2 and 8 megabytes per second. So, if you were to preserve your precious family memories, which, well, might be hundreds of photographs and videos, might take you a few days or even weeks to upload those files. And let's just say you had a power outage or lost connection during that time. You're going to have to find the corrupted file and restart the whole process. As long as you're willing to suffer inconveniences, we can't deny that 1 terabyte of storage is a great deal. But uploading 1 terabyte at a rate of 2 megs per second is an arduous task that is not worth the wait. But look, this is just our experience. Have you used Terabox before? Let us know about your story in the comments. The second provider connected to this huge amount of free storage is Playbook. And Playbook is unique because it offers 4 terabytes of free storage, not just being content with just a single terabyte, no. But you see, there's a problem. You must work in the creative industry to qualify for that 4 terabytes. You also need a published portfolio, like a website, proving that you have experience in the creative field that you claim to be a part of. Now, the list of approved people includes photographers, videographers, marketers, and, well, anybody who creates beautiful things. Thankfully, Playbook doesn't exclude non-creatives from getting a hefty amount of free storage. People not approved for their larger storage plan get up to 100 gigs of storage regardless, which is still a hefty amount. But now for the bad news. You see, Playbook offers a lot of storage in exchange for using your data with its third-party services. The company's privacy policy does make it clear that they share your information with these providers, which might not appeal to those who want privacy. And this means that they can do whatever they want with your information. And you'll see similar language in the privacy policies of major companies like Google. Companies like this might not profit from you, but they do make money with you. In other words, if you aren't buying the product, you are the product. That's the insightful quote of the day from The Social Dilemma. So let us know your thoughts on how this quote applies to business models like Google in the comments below. Now, there is likely another, more obvious reason that Playbook is doing this, and that's to attract people to their platform, like one of those tube men outside car dealerships, you know, the ones that, you know. Now, the more people look at it, the more that you want to get close to it. And of course, the more people you have, the more money you can make from investors. But that's not the worst of it. Playbook has access to your files. Yeah, one Reddit user stated that they were banned for uploading fan edits of art. Since the service doesn't offer zero-knowledge protection, staff members can browse your files. Ugh. Alternatively, since it's a portfolio-based site, these fan edits could have been published on their art. So it is hard to tell, but we can tell that Playbook is stringent about who gets to do what. Now, since there's a lot of speculation about how Playbook operates, the only thing we can trust is their privacy policy, which isn't that great. As a strong believer in a person's right to privacy on the internet, I cannot recommend using Playbook. And if you believe in your right to privacy, I recommend you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because that tells us and YouTube that we are talking about the right things. Now, the most free storage you can get online. Now look, both Playbook and Terabox offer the most free storage that you can get from providers. But both companies have inconveniences and privacy concerns. So to help you find better free cloud storage providers, I've collected a list of alternatives that you might consider. For each of these free storage providers, you'll learn more about whether they are worth your investment. And by investment, I mean time, not money. In third place, for the most free storage that you can get through the cloud, we have Mega, offering up to 40 gigs of free storage. Now, to get this free storage, you will need to install the company's app for mobile and desktop, and then also invite a friend. This free storage amount only lasts a year, and it reduces to the original 20 gigabytes of free storage after that year expires. But still, 20 gigs is very good compared to most providers. But can you trust Mega? After all, the company Mega was once known as Mega Upload, which has now some pretty major legal history. And if you heard of Mega Upload, well, you might have just dated yourself by the internet standards. Kind of like the Crypt Creeper, but in internet terms, which means 20. Mega Upload was seized by the US government because it hosted files while doing very little to prevent blatant piracy by its users. Its owner, Kim.com, reopened the website under Mega on the anniversary of its permanent closing. So Mega and its owner have no issues with engaging in questionable legal activity, but is this really an issue, given that it had nothing to do with affecting people's privacy? It's up to you. But it's still important to know as much as you can about a company before you invest time in their product. So do you think Mega's history impedes its trust as a cloud provider? Let us know in the comments. Degoo matches Mega's free 20 gigs of storage, offering an additional 250 gigs for referrals. But because you have to get someone else to pay, I'm not counting it as completely free storage. Now this differs from Mega's for invitation approach. Alternatively, you can watch advertisements, or you can play some pretty awful games for extra gigs. It's like watching ads for gems on some terrible mobile game, which is really weird for any cloud provider. Anyway, the problem with this approach is that it relies on providing information to third parties. It also looks incredibly unprofessional, making that extra storage not really worth it. Beyond the odd decisions, Degoo is also plagued with inconvenience. Degoo thinks that the best way to get users is to make a mobile-only application, taking the inconvenient approach. And this means that the desktop-supported environment is blocked until you give them money. Even if you pay, Degoo does not offer a desktop app. Instead, you need to rely on its web app, which makes it impossible to create a folder for automatic backup. And this isn't on the free plan, by the way, but it is worth mentioning just because of how backward it feels. Instead, the mobile app lets you toggle backups of your photos and videos. The backup of specific files is possible, but it's clear that Degoo focuses on videos and photos. In addition, Degoo's free app includes built-in ads, which is something you don't get from most trusted cloud providers. So, if you're willing to deal with this inconvenience, Degoo offers a solid amount of cloud storage for free. And everyone else? With some research, you'll find that most cloud storage providers do offer free storage between 15 to 5 gigs. The one major cloud storage provider that offers 15 gigs is Google Drive. But with Google Drive, you're going to have to sacrifice some privacy for convenience. For slightly less storage and way more respect for your privacy, consider those at the 10 gig level. This group includes companies like IceDrive, Box, pCloud, Koofr, MediaFire, iDrive, and Internxt. Those familiar with the Cyber Labs content know that our favorites from this list are IceDrive and pCloud. Those on the bottom of this list include one of our favorite paid companies called Sync, and two of our least favorite cloud storage companies, OneDrive and DropBox. To discover why these are considered our least favorite companies, please go and check out our video on why you should stop using popular cloud storage providers. But now for the reality check. 5 to 15 gigabytes isn't enough for most people. As file sizes grow, you need more storage without paying an arm and a leg. Which, let's be honest, is an inefficient subscription model because you can only do it for 2 years. But if you want to pay very little, I recommend you look for lifetime storage, which you can get through my preferred provider, pCloud. Because you see, pCloud offers some of the best cloud storage features that you can get. This includes advanced sharing features that don't require using sites that steal your data, like Facebook. pCloud also offers advanced security through pCloud Crypto, offering client-side encryption and zero-knowledge privacy for your most sensitive data. So, to save money and keep yourself secure, go and check out our special 80% discount for you, our CyberLab viewers. For everyone else, you can technically get 1 terabyte of cloud storage for free. But to get this cloud storage, you either need to accept an incredibly slow upload speed or be a creative with a portfolio and trust a company with a concerning privacy policy. So when it sounds too good to be true, don't forget to look at that fine print. And while you're reading that small print, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to our channel if you found this video helpful. You can also go and check out our favorite list of cloud storage providers in that video right there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.